But I do have some bad news for you guys. Does not look so great. As you can see, he got bit on the face.
Gonna get destroyed by a hawk.
Oh, there he goes. These things don't cure your depression. It's kind of neurologically impaired. 3 more baby bobcats. Look, he's back. They're so cute. We have a crow now. He would not take his antibiotic. A literal miracle from God. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Urban Rescue Branch. I don't know how this kangaroo got out, but he did. As you can see, all the grass is growing back. We finally got rid of all of the leaves here, and boy, do I have an interesting video for you guys today. Get back in there, little ball. And I've got some bad news for you guys. Here's Boo Boo eating on some melon. Poggers is off doing laps for some reason. Boo Boo sure does love chewing on all this melon and headbutting it for some reason. Look at this, you guys. His horns are coming in real big. It seems like every day this man's antlers get more and more mature. But I do have some bad news for you guys. It's been a full month now and Queen has not come back. Also, the Rhea are aggressive for some reason again, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them out. These guys can now have the whole property again. Light bulb got stuck in here. Let me see if I can get this out. Don't bite me. And do not bite Boo Boo. I think I heard some prairie dogs screaming over there. Good morning, beautiful little Kevin's son. Is that who you are? Yeah, this is Soldier Boy, you guys. Look, he's back. He's back to acting all strange again. And he doesn't know that he can bite me like his dad does. So he just kind of walks away after coming up to me like that. But look at this, you guys. These are the prairie dogs. These guys have their own little village in here, right next to 2 ferocious bobcats. You can see they're thriving in here. They're super healthy, but they are in fact out of grass. They've eaten all of their grass. You can also see that they are super fat now because I've been giving them a lot of pellets of Timothy. They basically have infinite food here and infinite food over there and tons of water. But as you can see, the bobcats love looking over here at the prairie dogs. This is excellent enrichment for them. And no, Boo Boo, you're not allowed in here. They also have infinite water. There should be a groundhog in here cohabitating with them, which is super interesting. Look at this fellow, you guys. He's literally big ounce too. Matter of fact, because I've been overfeeding them essentially, this guy's basically bigger than big ounce. Honestly, you guys, this is more space than any zoo that I've seen gives their prairie dog. It still provides them complete shelter and protection from aerial predators.
So this little Bibberton isn't gonna get destroyed by a hawk that we released last week.
And I've got a clip of that, and I was gonna put that in another video for you guys, but it turned out really bad. And I wanted to film a hawk release for you guys, but the hawk just flew away. And he's just awkwardly sitting in this tree, as you can see, but at least he can fly. This is the one that had the broken wing, if you guys remember. This was the first wing break that I casted and stabilized all by myself, and this little guy made a full recovery. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Just kidding. I zoomed in a little too much, but there he is, you guys. That's the one that had the broken wing. I think we did a good job. If he was able to just fly from that tree to this tree just fine. Pretty cute, huh, guys? But this is new Bibberton, you guys. He's kind of friendly, but he's not like super friendly. All of his wives are not friendly at all, but he does have 3 wives. And if I sit here with apples or other little treats for them, they'll come up to me and eat out of my hands, but I have not been doing that much lately because I'm going through a lot. This has been one of probably the worst months of my life. Although I absolutely adore and I'm super thankful for what I do, you guys, there's some times whenever it gets really tough. I had to euthanize several animals on my birthday. Queen has been missing for over a month now, and it's clear that she's not going to come back. I'm going to open this. And on top of all that, Dababy got bit by one of the dogs, who I assume was Queen. Or he got bit by something else out there, like a skunk. His face swelled up like a balloon, and I thought for sure that he was going to die. Matter of fact, I was almost positive that Dababy was going to die, and I was already kind of mourning his death. Face swelled up like a balloon, and then he had 2 giant holes in his face, right there and right here. Because of this, I didn't even get to see my family for Thanksgiving, but I did have it with Tony Romo and the Deep from the Boys. And Tank would not stop FaceTiming me. And this was like a week later, and if you guys are squeamish, you might not want to look at the next picture. Believe it or not, one of my vets actually said this, quote unquote, looked good.
And I'm gonna make your face look like that if you don't like this video.
As you can see, that's not pus, that's alfalfa that's in those holes because they literally connect to his mouth. This little guy could not eat without food coming out of the holes of his mouth. And then he got really skinny. He would not take his antibiotics, and he would not sit still for me to give him an injection or to put Caro syrup in his mouth. Oral and injectable antibiotics did not work for this guy. At the end of the day, I was just begging people to pray for him. I asked a lot of folks on Instagram, and honestly, what happened with Dababy was nothing short of a miracle. The fact that he is still alive and eating and healthy is honestly, like I said, a miracle. Just like whenever Big Ounce had that big old tumor of necrotic flesh sticking out of his stomach. Do you guys remember that? And 3 vets literally told me that I should euthanize Big Ounce. Literally 3 vets said I should euthanize Big Ounce, and I had 1 or 2 vets say I need to euthanize Dababy. Thankfully, I listened to God and not them and didn't do that. If you guys remember, after that happened, I basically had Big Ounce in the house, and I fed him marshmallows and raspberries and all of his favorite foods because I thought for sure he was gonna die. And then all of a sudden, his tumor just shrank and shrank and shrank and eventually disappeared because I asked all you guys to pray for him consistently. I've also been super depressed over the last few months because of a lot of other things going on in my life that you guys don't really need to know about. And that's why I was asking you guys for prayer for that. And if you have been doing that, thank you guys, because God has been giving me a lot of peace and joy in the midst of my depression. And this is the first time Dababy has tried to attack and bite me in literally a month. He was never healthy enough to do this, so I'm super thankful. Now Dababy is clearly healthy enough to go back with the rest of all the other animals. And look at those happy little Rhea running around. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. A cardinal got trapped in this little fish trap. Good thing I was here to find her, honestly. If I hadn't come back here today, she might have died. Pond is still gross from the beaver, even though he's been gone for like a month now because he was tearing up the liner everywhere. Buddies are gonna come and fix that pretty soon. But look at this, you guys. This has never happened before. There's just a little cardinal that's stuck in this fish trap. That's crazy. How did you get in here, Goofy? She had to have squeezed in through that little opening. Oh, she got out. Just in case that happens again, I'm gonna leave this open. But I really needed to take a 2-week break, you guys, because A, I wanted to spend some time with my family and with God. Also, I'm officially a real uncle now. And B, even though I've been posting consistently for like 4 years straight now, I still be a regular fella that goes through heartbreaks. What may seem like the infinite serotonin glitch here is not in fact enough to cure being sad. And when social media is your literal job, you guys, it's super easy to just constantly be distracted or to compare yourself with literally everyone else on the platform. And comparison is the thief of joy. Even if you feel like you're doing better than everyone else, you're still losing joy when you compare yourself to everyone. And sorry if this triggers you guys, but I found that the more I take my eyes off of God and the more I focus on myself and comparing myself to the people around me. Also, I had to bring the vultures back because they kept attacking people at the funeral home. Not really, but they would just bother them. And this is not what you want to see when you're grieving a loved one, even though they're so cute. I have found a direct correlation with the amount of time that I spend on social media and the lack of peace that I have. Well, stop it. And when I'm not trusting in God and relying on Him for my joy, on the days like my birthday where I had to euthanize a white-tailed deer, 2 hawks and a turtle. And I really liked this guy, but our vet said there was nothing they could do. On top of going to the shelter again to see another fake queen, because Great Pyrenees sure do love to run away from home, and dealing with this guy running away nonstop because he's trying to find her. And yes, he does have an AirTag collar now. Not to mention Dababy, who was literally my child during COVID, having big old holes in his face, and I'll show you some pictures of that if I haven't already. Mind you, I've had Dababy almost as long as Poggers, and he quite literally is my child. I needed to rely on the peace of God extra that day. While I am super thankful for all the amazing, beautiful little things that we have here, I really want you guys to understand that these things don't cure your depression. Kitty got caught in the net. Matter of fact, though, you guys, I know a lot of rehabbers and sanctuary owners that crash out horribly, even though they're surrounded by little creatures and animals and other things that they love. Like this little Tibby here, who is, in fact, my little Tibby, and she's probably not going to go back to the wild, you guys. She's way too friendly. And I told you guys this a ton of times, but if you are new, Tibby was a single orphan that had horrible bowed front legs, and while we were able to miraculously help her heal from this, she became way too friendly in the process. This guy's not too friendly, but just him seeing me with her. Him seeing me with her like this has made him a little bit more friendly. Also, he lived in my house when she was a baby. We are, in fact, getting 3 more baby Bobcats. And those little guys I will not cuddle at all because I won't need to. This girl had horrible bowed front legs, if you guys remember. She also miraculously healed from that, which is incredible. And you want to jump off? But she is going to make an amazing educational ambassador, and he's going to be an amazing little friend for her. The next 3 baby Bobcats that we're going to get next week from another rehabber who worked with an exterminator that killed the mom on Christmas. All those guys are going to be going right back to the wild. We are not going to be coddling them at all. Boo boo, get out of there. Having all kinds of little animals like this, you guys, doesn't necessarily make your life better. It just makes it vastly more complicated, and more often than not, harder to take a break. That's why so many rehabbers and sanctuary owners crash out and burn out horribly. Also, I love seeing all the comments on TikTok of people saying, give it it some time. This guy's gonna be missing his face in a few weeks. Also, someone on Instagram sent me a video of one of these guys literally taking down an adult doe deer. So it's pretty incredible they have the capability of doing that. But yeah, guys, I love what I do, but I found that whenever I put my identity in it, or when I put my success or significance over my relationship with God. Also, this is a crow that can't be released. We have a crow now. Got a broken wing. I will become wildly unhappy as an individual. But yeah, every morning I got like 30 crows sitting in this tree screaming because they want to help him get out. He wouldn't be able to fly off with them even if they did. Now, I'm not going to euthanize a crow. They're way too intelligent. Also got this hawk here, you guys, but he's kind of neurologically impaired. As you can see, he's just kind of rolling around. Oh, being super careful with them because of the new avian flu. He is not going to be going back to the wild. Like I said, you guys, the majority of the animals I get nowadays, I only get them because they're like that in the first place. So they typically need to just be euthanized. Oh my goodness. Look at this little baby. And you can be super unhappy, but still experience peace and joy at the same time. But like Steve Irwin said, what good is a fast car, a flash house, and a gold-plated dunny to me? Absolutely no good at all. Get out of here, boo-boo. No, get out. No more animals in the fire pit. And wow, since I became YouTube famous, I have met so many wildly wealthy and influential individuals, but none of them have been particularly joyful. And if they are, it's certainly not because of their money or fame. And this beautiful young British boy explains this very well in this video. I think the same thing goes for money and fame. If I don't have time to slow down and spend with my family, my loved ones, the actual animals that I film and care for every day, what on earth is the point of doing all of this? Now I'm hurting the rear end of here. But especially when we're not rescuing 12 animals a day like we do every spring. The winter is an excellent time to reflect and spend time, slow down, actually Shabbat, and spend time actually focusing on gratitude for what we do have. And if you guys are still here and you've been following me for a while, and most of you have, because I don't really be out there making viral TikTok content anymore, bringing in new folk. You guys know that the only reason why I'm here today, farming capybaras and rescuing beavers, bobcats, coyotes, foxes, and all other manner of cringe, instead of slaving away in a cubicle working for a Fortune 100 tech company, is the same reason why Dababy isn't dead right now. A literal miracle from God. If you guys don't know that story, I can link it in the description. Friend made an amazing little documentary that's like 10 minutes long if you guys want to see the story of how we started. I also explained it pretty well in this little video. And I really do love making these videos for you guys and teaching you about all these amazing creatures that are here. The little blind caiman that we rescued, or this cringe three-armed alligator. Oh my goodness, look how cute she is, you guys. Or little emaciated Gustavo, who is now a big, beautiful boy. And who gave me quite a little bite a week ago. I hope you guys also understand there's times when Uncle Ben needs to take a little sabbatical. Otherwise, I'd crash out horribly. And this is where Dababy was for the whole month that he was in recovery. You guys missed all of that. But also, you guys, one more thing I wanted to say is, and I'm sorry if this triggers some of you guys, but I've had 3 friends kill themselves, and I think 3 other friends die from other random things this year alone, many of which were content creators, and one of them was a roommate. So with all of this stuff kind of happening at the same time, it was super necessary for me to take some time to reflect and spend some time with God. Also, we basically detailed the entire rehab office. It's now beautiful and clean, and I might actually even move back into here, at least until all the animals start coming in. We could use the other house for that. But in addition to those people, there's a few other people that I was acquaintances or friends with, but not close, like Brian Barczyk, Dingo Dinkelman, Ty Among Animals, all passed away. And David Oren just got bit by a rattlesnake, but it's like he's gonna pull through. And all of these people are friends that I'd gotten to know and connected with because we both love animals and we love God. And I really am sorry if sharing Bible verses with you guys seems pushy, but I had a roommate, an ex, and another close friend kill themselves this year. And in retrospect, I wish that I had been a little bit more pushy with them. And when I say I love you guys and I appreciate you, I genuinely mean that. And to me, the most unloving and unappreciative thing I could do is not share with you my faith. Especially at Christmas time when we have literally the greatest love story ever written right here. To me, it's mega cringe if I don't share it. But that's it for now, you guys. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, almost forgot to tell you. Skibbity. Also, please pray for David, who's still in the hospital and had to go through over 80 vials of anti-venom. And instead of promoting my merch or a donation link, how's about you all just do Uncle Ben a favor and read Luke for Christmas?